It's not your effort, it's your programming. You don't have a money problem, you have a subconscious mind problem. Hard work, it isn't always the difference. The programming is. Why is it that some people struggle while other people attract money effortlessly? Think about somebody you know that has worked hard their whole life and they still just never get ahead. Then think about somebody else you know. They're not smarter, they're not working harder, but money just seems to flow to them. It's not luck, it's programming. My name's Mark, aka Create Lifestyle, and I'm helping people over 50 that want to break out of their old, outdated beliefs so that they can create freedom, abundance, peace of mind, residual income, while leaving a powerful legacy. And I call this breaking out of the matrix. And today, I'm going a little bit deeper. I'm talking about why your results keep repeating. Your mind is programmed from from the time you're born to the age of 7, up in that general vicinity. And it comes from your upbringing primarily. Most people end up making the same amounts of money comparatively as their parents did or their upbringing did. Most people get kind of trapped in the same socio-economic place that they were born in. Most people. We do know people that have broken out and done exceptional things. But if you look statistically, most people are kind of right where their parents were. And that's because of the programming. So, me personally, I've been around the same amount of money for the last 15 years or so. I had some breakout years, but reverted back to where I was. And what that is your programming. Neuroscience shows that you have a base level of vibration that you're emanating, and this vibration attracts to you that level. So what we have to do is kind of raise that core vibrational level. That's where the focus has to go, has to work on. Notice how lottery winners, they go broke. 5 years after winning the lottery, 70% of them are broke again. And it's, wow, how can they have that much money and lose it all like that? And it's because they didn't change their identity. Back in the day, the NFL, the players would come into the league and make all this money, and professional athletes at large. And then a few years later, after they're retired, you find out that they're broke. Why did that happen? Again, it's their base level programming. And then what the NFL had done over the years is they train the athletes on what to do with their money. And that helps a whole lot. But primarily, it's your subconscious mind that pulls you back. Your subconscious mind, it runs your life. Your conscious mind, it runs your goals, your plans, your intentions. But your subconscious mind generates your behaviors, your habits, and your reactions. And 99% of the results come from here. If you think about your mind, your conscious mind runs about 40 bits of information, and then your subconscious mind runs like 11 million bits of information. So your subconscious mind is running the show. And as I mentioned, the programming, it started early. It started from 0 to 7. There's no filter. Everything gets absorbed as the truth. All the things you heard, money's hard, you must struggle, you're not enough. And all this gets passed down through generations. I used to hear things like, money doesn't grow on trees. What do you think, I'm made of money? And then you get this mental inheritance. So that's what we're dealing with. That's what we're working on. So you're broadcasting a signal. Your thoughts, your feelings, your frequency, and all this shapes your behavior and influences your outcomes. So you're not just observing life, you're influencing it with these broadcasting signals that you're emanating. So how do we have to change this? We change this. One of the major ways we can change this is going back into this thing called theta state, which is where you're at when you're born, all the way up to age 7, where your subconscious mind is just absorbing everything. So when you wake up is when you have an opportunity to program your mind, and 15 minutes before you go to sleep is where you have an opportunity to program your mind. You program it with your vision, with your identity, with your success images. This is a good place to put your affirmations and things of that nature. So you can even record it and listen to it. That works well. That's what I've been doing. And then you have the opportunity to generate some real gratitude with your breathing, inhaling, exhaling, focusing on your heart, and focus on gratitude. And then it's just emotional repetition, because the feeling is the secret. So just understand that your results aren't random, that they're programmed, and you have to really start looking at your subconscious mind and begin to reprogram that, because that's what's running your life. So if I'm making sense to you, share, subscribe, follow, and definitely please share this. And understand that when you access the right states, you can feel the future, and you can repeat this with emotion. This is how you rewire your reality. So, as I always like to say, the only way out is in. Peace, one love, and control your destiny.